You know the feeling, like you're being asked to swallow glass. That is the same gut-level rejection that made Da Vinci pick up a scalpel in defiance of the Pope. The same recoil that forced Galileo to trust his telescope over the entire established order. The same fire that drove Nietzsche to take a hammer to 2,000 years of accepted truth. It is the moment your mind refuses to accept what it is given. That is not a flaw in your character. It is the signature of a sovereign mind. And we're not here to tell you it's okay. We are here to crack open that gut reaction and show you the exact psychological wiring that makes it fire, so you can stop being a casualty of your own clarity and start using it as the unfair advantage it was always meant to be. To understand that signature, you must first understand the enemy it was forged to fight. It's not a person, it's a force, a pressure. It is the grey lullaby, the low, constant hum of consensus that begs you to just agree, to nod your head, to go to sleep. And the signature of the sovereign mind is forged in the fire of refusing that sleep. It begins and ends with the man on your screen. He refused to accept the church's word on the human body. So by candlelight, he defied the grey lullaby and plunged his own hands into the flesh to learn its secrets. He refused to believe that man was bound to the earth, so he filled notebooks with wings and war machines, centuries before the world was ready. This wasn't just curiosity. This was a compulsion, a fundamental wiring that could not tolerate a prepackaged reality. His dissent wasn't an opinion. It was the byproduct of a mind that had to dismantle everything to understand it. This signature, it echoes through history, in Socrates, taking apart every comfortable truth in Athens until they silenced him with poison. In Galileo, choosing the truth of his own eyes over the dogma of the entire world. So you have this signature, this involuntary need for the truth. But why? What is the deep psychological engine that forges a mind like this? It's not an accident. It's a process, a psychological engine, charted by the Swiss mystic who went deeper into the human abyss than anyone before or since, Carl Jung. He gave it a name, the individuation process. It is the psyche's most primal, unstoppable drive, the need to shed the collective personality, the mask you're given at birth, and to forge a self that is brutally, unapologetically authentic. And that constant grinding friction you feel, that sense of being an outsider in your own skin, that isn't you breaking down. That is the sound of you breaking free. And this brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. In this context, genius isn't about IQ. That's their game. Genius is the raw animal courage to trust your own signal over the deafening noise of the grey lullaby. So, you have the signature, you know the engine, you have the courage. But what do you do with it? How do you live in a world that is fundamentally hostile to the way your mind works? First, let's be honest. This path is not a parade. It will cost you. There will be invitations that stop coming. There will be the quiet judgment in the eyes of those who chose comfort over clarity. This is the price of dissent. But the cost of compliance is your own goddamn soul. And that is a price you are no longer willing to pay. So, you do the one thing they can never understand. You stop fighting. You stop apologizing for the clarity they mistake for negativity. You stop shrinking yourself to fit in rooms that were never built for you. That fire in your gut, that compulsion to dissent, that isn't your burden. It is your inheritance. The same fire that guided Da Vinci's scalpel, that focused Galileo's telescope, that swung Nietzsche's hammer. So tonight, you will perform a ritual. You will take a piece of paper, and at the top, you will write down the one comfortable lie, the one piece of the grey lullaby, that you will never again force yourself to swallow. Put it somewhere you will see it every day. This is not a resolution. This is your declaration of sovereignty, because what they call disobedience is just the sound of a sovereign mind refusing to be chained. Let's rock that wisdom!